Hi, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm coming to you after so long with a scrying session. I'll be able to come here more regularly because I have this new office and the uploading speed should be changed shortly. And so I'm getting a bit more organized, and the area and the position, because my crystals are able to be energized on a regular basis, and so I'm feeling it is a good time to come back. I have a number of crystals here, and I'm starting with my labradorite. What I'm seeing here for this lunar eclipse, the 10th of February, which we in Rome will not be able to see. It should be visible up north in Turin. I don't know where you're located. You might want to check that out. But it seems that the 10th, between the 10th and the 11th, the night of the 10th into the 11th is when we should be seeing it. But the labradorite here, I'm seeing that it is as if you want to see a reflection. You're looking for a reflection, something that will give you how can I say, you're looking into something, waiting for something to come back. So there's expectation there. You're expecting something to come back, and this may play out in many different ways. You know, this could be you having put something out and expecting it to come back. Careful, that's dangerous at times. But more than that, I'm seeing it as wanting to know your truth, as if you're looking and unable to see your truth, you know. It's almost as if, well, the eclipses do hide things. I have to say that. They do hide things because, and that is sort of the energy that I'm getting from people who have been coming to me today, yesterday, a plethora of people, I think you say in English, a plethora of people with very emotional issues. And it's been 3-4 days up until today, and I expect it to be 3 or more days further on, but it's as if you cannot get that reflection. Now, even when there is calm, it seems that instead of calm, a good number of us are feeling void, as if, you know, you've lost your bearings all of a sudden. What happened to me? You know, what is going on? And this works well with, this is an aquamarine. Armies, I feel there are armies of us. Obviously, we're not alone in this emotional push-pull moment, but I see literally armies of people flanked one next to the other, moving in the same direction. And it may be because of that, there is a lack of distinction, and what this reflection is meant to be an expectation of you seeing yourself in some way, because you're lost in this army of energies going forward. There's irregularity. There is a sort of how can I say, the geometric irregularity, as if the armies are not really flanked one by one. They're on, it's like a chevron. It's sort of unequal, irregular. The lines are not straight. They're all sort of chevron. They're not 4x4, 4x4, 4x4. They're 3x4x5. You know, there is an extra. There is a development. There is a pattern, but it is irregular. It's uncommon. It fosters a bit of instability. And the moving in flanks, moving in pairs, moving in the numbers, seems to be is what is destabilizing most of us. You need to find a common voice. We need to find a common voice. On the one hand, a common voice where your voice resounds as familiar to you and distinct from others. And that is where the party begins. That's where the harmony begins, because the clarity comes in. You amongst others becomes clear when you start to be able to hear your voice. Now, that calls on a lot of different senses here. It calls on us to, well, what I came in with is the seeing. You actually want to see your own reflection, and you're not able to. And then there's this movement flanked in irregular geometrical design. And what you want to do is hear your own voice. And so there is something, missing. It's as if your voice is missing. If you shout, you can get an echo back, but you're not doing that. There's mutism, I'm not hearing, there's something that's mute, and that mute nature is lost in a divide of souls. There is a pattern here. There is color, there's color here. And the color seems, for this eclipse, it seems to be born of independence. It seems to be born of distinction. The greater the distinction you distinguished from others, the greater the color, the greater the rainbow, the greater the harmony, it seems. Because it seems that the eclipse, the 10th, 11th, around there, is a moment where you're needing to find your bearings. Okay. Now, there are contrasting energies, surely, when you're in a group, when there's always contrasting energies. But the interesting contrast is not with others. I'm finding a contrast within you against you, and if what I'm saying makes sense, it seems that we need to find our own voice in order for us to find harmony, even amongst others. This is the Moldavite. There is a history that we oftentimes forget, as readers. We too, when someone comes and asks for guidance or asks for suggestions or asks for readings, we tend to talk about the now, and surely it's very difficult to live the now, and most of us don't. But in that now, talking of that now, we tend to overlook the history. When I say history, past lives, and what has gone down, and what have we done, we are a product of. Now, and lately a lot of people have been coming to me for past life regression, as if I can't live in the present without looking at the past. I cannot go into the future without looking at the past. And for the most part, what I'm seeing is that it's difficult for them even to look at the present. And the edge there is to turn, looking to the past, and then give them time. Give them time so that they can catch up. Because what we will see are patterns that have occurred. And patterns that make specific detail emerge. And detail that emerges are in the form of symbols, we can talk of semiotics here, and that is the value of past life regression in and of itself. Now, sometimes, we are told, do you want to go that deep? Is it necessary to go that deep in psychotherapy? How deep do you want to go? How far back, do you want to regress? Past life regression is a tool that is quite quick. in terms, if we relate it to psychotherapy. A few sessions can really make you yourself guide you out of, go back, see, and come out of, which is remarkable. I myself have to say, I'm always so surprised. This is the citrine, one of my favorite stones. Unfortunately, it's too bright for you to see, but the citrine is just really, really lovely. And what I see that too is that there is a tendency to hide from brightness in this period, in this eclipse period, and it's almost, I see that we're almost getting to a moment of truth, a moment of a revelation, and right when we get close to the revelation, the fear sets in, and we recoil and then move into darkness again, almost a fearful of the light. Could that be? Am I reading that right? What is this eclipse doing to us? I hope this was of help, these few words. I know it's very brief, but in a week's time I'll be stepping up the uploading speed, and I'll be able to do this on a regular basis. Ladies and gentlemen, do stay well during this period, and do the things that you like. I'll be back again. Bye-bye.